Let's look at the Skies Gradebook. I'm going to go into one of my science lessons. So I'll click on the science folder and I'm going to go into lesson 1. I'm just going to press the menu button to hide my lessons over there. And we can see on this open-ended response card, several students have posted. We have four posts, and I gave them full credit if they wrote a complete sentence with the right answer. So let's look at these grades in our Skies Gradebook, which will make it easy for us to put points into Schoology or other learning platforms. So here's our gradebook, and you'll notice that we have the Skies usernames, and I'll come back to these minus signs, which you can use in case you accidentally have someone in your class. And these triangles you can also use to sort by their name or how many points. If you want to see the questions, you can just press the expand button to see the questions from your lesson and collapse to make them smaller. And if you're looking at individual student answers, you can just click the boxes. If you use the Schoology gradebook, you can press the Schoology button near the top center of the screen and it'll open the Schoology panel. And if you've taken time to set things up in Schoology, you'll see lots of choices here, but if you haven't, that's okay. It'll just have the basic default settings. Skies will calculate how many points your lesson is worth, and it'll show it to you, and you can confirm that by typing it in. If it's worth 13 points, you can put it's worth 13 points, and then we have the grading period for you to choose, and you can upload your grades. Now, in some cases, you might not get to all of your problems, and so you don't want the lesson to be worth all those points because you never got to them, and so you don't want to penalize students because they haven't done it. Or maybe you were just having fun with questions and you don't want to grade those. But for whatever reason, if you have cards that you don't want to go to your gradebook, for example, this one worth 4 points, you can just hide the cards. Notice I clicked those buttons to hide the cards, and those cards which were over on the side there are now gone. So if I press the Schoology button again, it recalculates how much the lesson is worth. So you'll see now it only says 8 points instead of 13. And so if we didn't get to those last 2 questions, or if I didn't want to grade those last 2 questions, then I would hide them. Now with Schoology, when you upload your scores, Skies will automatically make the assignment for you. It will make the assignment and transfer the grades. We also give you a download grades button. Google Classroom users can download those, either the first or the last responses, or you can just look at the gradebook and compare it to your gradebook. If you download the grades, then you'll have a spreadsheet, and you can then copy these or do an analysis on these. If you ever notice that you inadvertently gave the code to a student that doesn't belong in your class, you can just press the minus to kick them off your roster. Don't worry, it won't delete their work, it'll just remove them from your roster.